Welcome back to another episode of Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. We're so glad you're joining us for episode 3, Sometimes God Says Stay. Today, we're diving deep into the powerful and often challenging journey of discerning when to take action and when to simply just be still. In our fast-paced world, it's so easy to feel the pressure to always be moving forward, striving for the next goal, or planning our next steps. But what happens when we feel those gentle nudges from above, telling us to pause, reflect, and appreciate where we are right now? In this episode, we share personal experiences of listening to those divine God taps, those moments when we had to release the need to know every detail of our journey and trust in the process. We'll talk about how embracing that uncertainty allowed us to create space for growth, new opportunities, and deeper connections. So, grab your cup of your favorite beverage, find a nice cozy spot, and join us as we explore the beauty of staying still, cultivating faith, and appreciating the present moment. Let's go bloom together. Hello, welcome back, everybody.
It's so good to be with you guys all again. Good morning, Tina.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah. So wanted to kind of piggyback a little bit off of our topic last week, which was really great. I love talking about the God winks and following that intuition. So tell me a little bit, I guess, more, maybe Tina, about what that felt like and specifically, like how much you knew and how much you didn't know as you were feeling that nudge towards something, doing something different.
Well, with the God wings, it's sort of like having this feeling inside your stomach, and what that is, it's like that jittery, and when you just feel it time and time and time again, and it was like the same things just keep popping up, and you start to, you're going to have to just stop and listen to what you're hearing and really tone into what you're feeling. And a lot of times when I had these feelings, it was like I would think of things like when I would be in the shower, or I would be just waking up from sleeping.
Yeah.
But a lot of times too, though, they were happening during the day, just with, driving into work or home from work, or,
Yeah.
But it was also these different events that would be occurring. I was actually taking care of a person that I knew at one of the hospitals that I worked at. I was taking care of her husband, and I even asked her, like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing now?" And she's like, "Oh, I retired." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "How may I ask, how old were you when you retired?" And she said she was 59, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And I said, "I have been thinking about retiring." And then she's like, "Oh, Tina, if you could do it," she's like, "I don't know what your finances are. I don't know what, how, I don't know much about you or anything, but oh my gosh, if you're thinking about it and if you can do it, do it. It's the best thing ever." And I'm like, "God, wait."
God against time.
Yeah.
And without even necessarily knowing, like, what the whole next picture looks like.
Right. And it was just getting these constant feelings, and like I said, I called them taps, like shoulder taps, like,
it's time to move.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
Do it before something happens, especially in the hospital. Do it before something goes wrong, because I felt like I was at my high, at work. So,
yeah.
But it's not like when you have these thoughts or feelings that you're gonna decide right then and there.
Right.
I think that it was just something that was so dominating in my thoughts. And then it's like, you know, this is much stronger than just a thought. You know, this is coming from the Lord God above, is what I started to feel, that it was much more deeper. And that's when, you know, I guess I'm so strong in my faith that I needed to listen to that, and I needed to trust those feelings and thoughts. So,
and faith is a huge component of this, because you have to have an awful lot of faith to take that one next step, not knowing the whole picture, especially for people like us who are used to like planning everything out to a T and striding towards the next goal. And when you don't have the whole picture laid out in front of you, and you won't, when it comes to following like that intuition,
right,
it doesn't get all laid out in front of you.
the only thing,
Still on a roll figuring it out now, you know?
The only plans I had, seriously, the only plans I had going into this was, I knew I was going to a retreat in January with Brooke Hemingway that she puts on, Cut a Line. And I knew that I wanted to go visit Jessica in Ireland at some point. And I just knew that now I can do that.
Yeah.
And it's all a vision. It's all visualizing it. You know, you think it, you visualize it, and then you act upon it.
Yeah.
Are you ready to take your health and wellness journey to the next level? Join me, Tina Baden, as we dive into the amazing world of Plexus, a health and wellness business transforming lives every day. Plexus offers a range of products designed to support your health goals, from weight management and gut health to enhanced energy and kids' nutrition. With a focus on natural ingredients and holistic wellness, Plexus empowers you to take control of your health. To kickstart your own journey, I invite you to connect with me. Take a moment to fill out my health questionnaire through my website for a personalized solution tailored just for you. Let's embark on this journey to better health together.
So I was at a retreat with Lightworker Yoga, and that was the one where we start with a fire ceremony at her retreats, or at least the last year I've been to, that's what we did. And it's about releasing something into the fire. And I just released the need to know what came next. And the shift that happened when I released that was dramatic. Like, I had already left my job at that point.
Okay.
As a financial planner, and had started working towards starting my own firm, but releasing that need to know every next step, because when you're starting a business, good Lord, you've got to go step by step. You can't have every piece of it figured out, or you'll never get it started. You know, like, it just won't happen.
So did you feel like you were having those intuitions, or did you feel any of those God taps that I was?
Definitely. Oh yeah. And I had probably been following them a little at a time, starting in 2019.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's, almost 5 years ago now. It is 5 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was that, like, very small things for me. Very small. Like, yours, it sounds like it was like that big retire thing was like the big thing. And for me, it started so small. But in 2019 is the first time I worked with any type of coach. And it was, honestly, it was a Facebook group. It wasn't even like a paid coach. It was a Facebook group, but there was a coach in there just talking us through how to move forward towards one health goal at a time. Yeah. And she was the first person that really encouraged me to just sit in silence.
Right.
And I told you this story. She said, go sit in silence for 5 at least 5 minutes, no phone, no journal, no music, preferably outside if you can get outside in nature, and just sit and see what comes in. And that's the first time I was quiet enough, still enough to hear any God taps.
Yeah.
I felt for a long time. Maybe when I was younger, I had more of that because life wasn't as like demanding.
Right.
But for a long time, that was the first that I felt like I got on this path of be still enough to listen and to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And it came clear as day in that moment to me. You're right, exactly where you need to be right now. Stop pushing, stop trying the next thing, settle into where you are now and be happy with where you are right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it might not always be push to the next thing.
Right.
Sometimes it is you're where you need to be for right now.
Right.
And appreciate the things. Like I started to notice where I was right now. I started to appreciate where I was right now way more. And I think that needed to come before I was ready to move in any other type of direction.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But that's what God taps are.
Yeah.
You know, it's telling you what you should be doing, or it's a guide.
Yeah.
You know.
And when I released that need to know the full picture of what comes next before I launched my firm, so I ended up launching later that summer at the exact same time that my husband got a new job and we moved.
Okay.
Right. So, that was not expected. That was not part of the game plan in my mind.
Not part of their plan.
In my mind. That was not part of the plan. And I don't know if I would have been as open to it if I hadn't released that. Like if I would have been able to stay where I was, I would have been able probably, or at least I would have thought I would have been able to gain clients more quickly because I was familiar with the people in the area. I knew the people. I had former clients there. The intention at that time was to stay in my same office space where people would be able to find me very easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep my same phone number where people would still be calling me, those types of things. I really needed a fresh start. I needed a completely fresh start. And I don't know that I would have been able to give myself that if I hadn't released my expectation to be able to plan it all out and somehow made that space for my husband to get this new job and allow us to move.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild how it all happened.
Yeah.
I would say it's crazy, but we both know it's not crazy.
It's not.
No. Exactly what it's supposed to.
It's not crazy, but yet it's scary at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's making a huge choice in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, for I think both of us, it's going out of the norm.
Yeah.
It's going out of the norm of society,
Because any business coach would have told me, here's your steps. You do this, this, and this. You stay here so people can find you. You keep that phone number so people can find you. You wait out your non-solicit agreement, and then you start calling your former clients. All those things. That's what a business coach would have told me to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes what makes financial sense and business sense in our brains is not always the actual next step that your heart needs to take.
This episode of Bloom with Tina and Kelsey is brought to you by Apricity Financial Planning. At Apricity, we specialize in helping women navigate life's financial transitions with clarity, confidence, and intention. Whether you're facing a career change, stepping back into work, or managing unexpected challenges, we're here to support you. If you've been looking for a partner to walk alongside you on your financial journey, someone who truly listens, understands your goals, and helps you align your money with your values, Apricity Financial Planning is here for you. Visit apricityfp.com. That's APRICITYFP.com to learn more about how we can help you bring mindfulness and intention to your finances. Explore our resources and take the first step toward building confidence and peace of mind in your financial life. Let's work together to create a plan that works for you. Now let's dive back into the episode.
Sometimes you just have to follow that intuition. And so many new doors have opened up since we moved here.
Okay.
If I would have stayed there, I know it would have been a lot more of the same. And I was ready for something brand new and fresh. I needed the space, both energetically and just emotionally, and physical space. When you move your physical space, it affects all of the other things involved, right? So by moving physically, I was able to clear my energy. I was able to fully embrace some emotions that I had been bottling up inside, and not embrace, release some emotions that I had been bottling up inside, and don't know that I ever would have been able to find the space to release if I hadn't moved physically. So that physical move represented a lot more than just a physical move, but because of it, it gave me the space for all those things on top of building out a whole new network of people who are really aligned with where I'm at now and the direction I'm trying to move. Not that the people I had surrounding me before weren't aligned. Some of them were, and some of them were not. And I miss a good portion of those people every day. You know who you are. Like, it's so hard to let go of some of those people who have really been there for you through all of that.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of holding on to like those friendships and relationships that are truly still aligned with what's happening in your next season. And we've done everything we can to be able to hold on to those relationships that were truly aligned. And also making space for the new relationships and the new people that you need to have come into your life, like you. Because there's no way we would be here today.
I know.
If I was able to say married.
And, a year ago, over a year ago, I never thought I would be here doing this with you.
Yeah. Like, none of this, it's the space that I'm in here in my office, like, it's just the energetic space I needed to be able to allow my business to evolve in whatever way it was going to evolve. And it's still evolving, but I feel it moving in the right direction. I'm so excited about it. And just all the people I've been able to meet since, and none of this would have ever been able to happen,
Right.
without releasing that expectation of knowing the whole picture.
But you know what they always say, close one door and how many open, right?
Yeah.
For you. So
yeah.
You just never know what's in store, but the big thing is trusting that those taps.
Yeah.
Trusting those God taps. Because he knows more than we do at the time. So
yeah. I feel like this is a short and sweet episode, but I feel like we kind of embodied everything or talked about all of the different pieces of that. The keys being, be still enough to listen. I do that every morning now. I sit and meditate every morning. I shouldn't say every morning because I'm not perfect. So I miss once in a while.
Yeah.
But taking the time and space, I saw somebody else's post actually just yesterday. So encouraging rest and finding the white space within your day is how she worded it. I loved that. Finding the white space within your day.
I like that.
Because it doesn't have to be a full half hour of being able to rest, right?
Right.
Find the white space in your day, turn off your phone, turn off your music, and just be.
That's how I am when I wake up in the morning. I just sort of like lay there and let my thoughts go where they need to go, you know?
Yeah, that's beautiful and that's perfect. And I think we need more of that. Instead of get up, rush, because that used to be me. Before 2018, that was me. And I really learned to slow down, be grateful for all the little things. Like, that was the lesson I needed in that season of my life for sure. And it's been dramatic.
Well, that's one of the things that I realize now is what you appreciate after the busy season of working full time in your life. But it's like you learn to appreciate even like the changes of the seasons and the colors and the sky and the weather, and you just appreciate so much more.
Yeah.
I think when your life does settle down a little bit,
you know, I'll never forget there was a day that I even appreciated as I was doing my dishes.
Yeah.
Which is like something I hated. You know, I hated it, but I was just in such a place of gratitude for life.
Yeah.
That I was sitting there doing my dishes, and I was so grateful for the window above my sink. I was so grateful for the sink. I did have a brand new sink, so that had something to do with that. Grateful for this beautiful space that I was in. For the ability to be home with my kids in that moment and not be rush. And we still, don't get me wrong, we still rush a lot. Which is why I really resonated with that, finding the white space, because you can always find some white space, even if it's just like a couple minutes in between a couple things. But taking that time to take a breath and be present instead of rushing second to second to the next thing, even if it's a 5-minute white space. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thanks so much for joining us today. And we'll see you guys again next week.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. Your support truly means the world to us, and we're so grateful to have you as part of our blossoming community.
We hope you enjoyed this week's conversation and found inspiration in our discussions. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you love what you hear, please consider leaving us a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Join us next week for another exciting episode filled with insights, laughter, and growth. We can't wait to share it with you.
Keep blooming and see you soon.